It's Monday. It's morning.
It's macabre.
Welcome to Monday Morning Macabre, the show where we talk about spooky stuff and you listen with your ears.
Your ears.
It's Darcy and Scones. Scones, how are you doing, my dear boy?
I'm doing well.
Scones, he's only going to talk in this cadence for the entire episode, and you're going to have to love it.
The whole thing.
You're going to love it so much. Today is a Scones original.
It's an original, which is not so original because I don't make up any of this.
Yeah, actually, every story that I do, I just write. It's a fan fiction that I've written. Everything that Scones does is him Googling.
I'm a big fan of your story, The Hopkinsville Goblins.
Yeah, that one was I thought it was a real masterpiece, a real magnum opus, if you will. I think my best original was Mothman. The way I made it seem like it took place was
the way
awesome.
that town in West Virginia started a holiday based on your story.
It was so hard planting the TNT on the Silver Bridge. Oh boy. But I needed to make it believable. I do it
It's
all for you,
about
listeners.
the story, folks.
Anyway, Scones,
Hey,
you're the one bringing that hot Java today.
yep, and this hot mocha Java is about Dudleytown, Connecticut. So I got this from website AmericanHauntingsInc.com, but it was also voted the #1 most haunted place in Connecticut.
AmericanHottiesInc.com.
Yep. And you know a place is pretty scary. It's pretty scary when it's in Connecticut. It's more scary than like the house where Annabelle actually lives.
Yeah, or the movie A Haunting in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking movie did.
Yeah, Last House on the Left.
Connecticut,
I don't think that's actually takes place in Connecticut.
I don't think it does either.
No, but you were about to roll with it.
I was going to say that I feel like in my head, Connecticut is not scary at all. I feel like Connecticut's just like, hey.
You're not scared of Lyme disease?
Unless taxes are fucking correct.
Boing.
Anyway.
Yeah, Lyme disease is pretty scary.
Lyme disease is scary. They have that going for them in my mind. But I guess you're right about the Annabelle house.
So Dudleytown.
Dudleytown.
It is a small town in northwestern Connecticut.
Okay.
It is now abandoned entirely.
So it's still there, though. So we can drive to Connecticut and see Dudleytown?
Yep.
Cool.
Nowadays, it's only got cellar holes and foundations. And some people still try to go down a road there called Dark Entry Road.
Dark Entry Road?
Dark Entry Road.
What a lazy named road.
But to appreciate this haunted, creepy, cursed place, we're going to have to go back to its history.
Ooh, tell me about the history of Spooky, Dark, Scary Road, or whatever the hell it's called.
So the land of Dudleytown was first owned
Native American
by,
burial ground. True or false?
Suspected.
Hey. All right, I'll take it.
The land was first owned by Thomas Griffiths. He was one of the first settlers to settle there in the 1740s. So this is like post-native when like
right, yeah,
colonialism starts.
Yep.
So he owns it for a while, but eventually Gideon Dudley comes along.
It's kind of a sweet name.
Dudley.
I like the name Gideon. Gideon Dudley.
Yeah, and he's Dudley.
Gator Dunley.
So he comes and he settles.
I love
Dudley.
Larry the Cable Guy. I'm going to stop you.
So Gideon Dudley comes in 1747 and settles Dudley Village like a real asshole, naming the place after himself. He was followed by his two brothers, and those two would end up bringing a horrible curse to this small town.
A horrible curse to
Yeah,
this
they didn't bring Madame
town.
Zeroni up the mountain.
You bring Madame Zeroni up the mountain.
This curse was put on the family in 1510, right around the time
Ooh. Oh, a little earlier.
that certain vampiric ladies were doing certain bloodbath things.
Yeah, we're drinking certain skull blood.
It's a callback to last week.
Whoa. What was the curse?
His
How did they get it?
grandfather, Edmund Dudley, was beheaded in England for being involved in a plot to overthrow Henry VIII.
Yeah, that'll do it.
You know who Henry VIII is? The guy who killed all his wives.
I am.
He's the guy who killed all his wives because they wouldn't sire him a son.
Yeah, he was he's actually my hero.
The royal family actually placed a curse on the family that all descendants would have doom and death. Edmund's son.
Wait. Who placed the curse?
It says a curse was placed on the family. I guess it wasn't the royal family, but I bet they placed curses.
Do you think Henry VIII like cut their grandfather's head off and they're like, you two, you're cursed. Get him out of here.
Probably. Meghan Markle's probably cursed as fuck right now.
We're just going to keep bringing up the royal family. Hot topic.
Edmund's son, John Dudley, also attempted to control the British throne, but this time he arranged for his son Guilford to marry Lady Jane Grey.
Guilford.
Next in line for the crown.
Guilford Dudley.
Guilford Duds.
Oh, boy.
And basically he's like, hey, son, you're going to marry the lady who's next in line for the throne, and then we're going to rule the kingdom. But the plan fails, ending with the execution of Lady Jane and the two Dudleys. To make matters worse, Guilford's brother returned to France and being a military officer brought home a plague that spread to his officers and troops. The sickness wiped out massive numbers of British soldiers.
So the Dudleys were just really unlucky folk. They
were cursed.
Oh, that's a good point. I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid.
One thing that should be mentioned was that Dudleytown was never an actual town itself, like officially. It was a more isolated part of Cornwall. The village rested in the middle. Yeah, Cornwall.
Oh.
The village rested in the middle of 3 large hills, which accounts for the recollections of it being nearly dark at noontime.
That's kind of sick, actually.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. All right, I take it back, Nearly Dark Road. That's a cool... You got your cool name now?
So settlers, even though it's kind of like a shitty area to live, settlers start to move in. These include the Tanner family, the Jones, the Pattersons.
Tanners? DJ? Danny?
Oh, the whole...
Full
keep
house?
going. Name them all.
How full was that? DJ, Danny.
Yep.
Uncle Jesse.
Yes.
Aunt...
oh, she's in jail now.
Yeah, I know. Aunt bought her daughter's school.
Yes.
Joey.
Yep.
The dogs.
Comet.
Yeah, just Comet. It's just Comet.
You forgot Stephanie and Michelle.
Oh, yeah, well...
How dare you?
I'm sorry,
and you got it, dude.
Anyway.
The town exploded after iron ore was found nearby, and everyone started to move there, and provisions in the nearby town grew.
Dude, this has some, like, Silent Hill vibes to it, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because that shit was all about, like, spooky mining thing.
Yep. And when anyone died in the town, though, they had to be shipped out. There was no churches in town, and there was no cemeteries.
That seems incredibly inconvenient.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
In 1747, Gideon Dudley bought some land from Griffiths, as I mentioned, to start a small farm. And in 1753, Gideon's 2 brothers, Barzallai and Abiel Dudley.
Wait. What was the second one?
Abiel?
And
it's like Ariel, but with a B instead of an R.
Abiel and what was it, like Beelzebub or some shit?
Barzallai?
Barzallai? It might as well be Beelzebub. That is an insane name.
And then, so those are the 2 brothers who come and they start bringing the bad juju.
Oh, yeah, of course they do. They're Beelzebub and Ariel the Mermaid. Listeners, if you're having kids soon, those are 2 prospective names for you.
So despite the outward signs of prosperity through the town, strange deaths and bizarre occurrences at Dudleytown start to happen. The number of deaths that have occurred here would not be such a high number in a large town, but in this small community, it was extremely peculiar. There are also an inordinate amount of people who went insane in this area.
A what?
As well as
An
inordinate.
Oh, an inordinate amount. Okay.
People who went insane in this area, as well as people who simply vanished altogether.
So people are going missing.
Yep. 1792. Abiel Dudley is an old man, and his good friend and neighbor, Gershon Hollister, is killed while building a barn at the home of William Tanner.
Wait.
Everywhere you look,
he was singing that as he fell from the ladder that killed him.
Right into the fire. So that's Abiel's closest friend. He dies.
Right.
Tanner also was said to, before he even died, to have gone insane.
Nice. This is all, they got all the good stuff going on. Why would he go insane?
He's just started going insane. Stories have circulated claiming that, like, before he died, he used to tell other villagers that strange creatures were coming out of the woods to the village at night.
Oh, this is very...
Yep.
This is some classic New England folklore right here.
And then other crazy stuff happened. In 1804...
We're not going to talk about it.
All right, you can check our socials. Like and subscribe. No, in 1804, Tanner's wife, Sarah Fay, is struck by lightning on her front porch.
Shit, on her porch?
Yep.
Why doesn't her porch have a roof?
General Herman Swift was a general He was a general in the Revolutionary War under George Washington. He went insane and died. Oh, yeah, no, he just went insane and died.
Cool. Great.
After the Civil War, Dudleytown began to die out as the iron ore ran out, and many of the villagers simply packed up and moved away. Strange things start to occur again. 1901, a time when the population of Dudleytown had dwindled away to almost nothing.
So everybody abandoned ship.
Yeah, they were like, people are dying here, people are going insane, there's no jobs or anything, the Civil War is over,
Full
Industrial Revolution starts.
In the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, they got to go check out what Uncle Joey's up to now, or is he just collecting that residuals check?
Definitely getting those residuals.
Those residuales.
He does not have the mullet anymore, but that's fine. You ought to know.
One of the last men in town was named John Patrick Brophy.
Brophy.
He sounds like a good Irish guy.
Yeah,
John Patrick Brophy.
John Patrick Brophy.
Hoity-toity. Tragedy visited swiftly and in several blows to John Patrick Brophy.
He should have left, dude. Everyone was leaving for a reason, John. Yeah,
First,
hey, John.
His wife died. Yeah, hey, John. First, his wife died of consumption.
Yep.
Which is like really bad, but not like that uncommon for 1901.
That was going around in the day, back in the day.
He was soon stricken when his two children had vanished into the forest.
Ooh.
And this happened just a short time after his wife's funeral.
Yikes.
So like he buried his wife and then his kids
God.
just walked off into the woods and never came back.
Fuck. So this dude's having a really good time. Wait. So he's the last guy left in Dudleytown?
No, he's one of them.
Okay.
One of the last people living there with his family until his wife died and his kids ran into the woods and never came back.
Jesus Christ.
Shortly after, the Brophy's house burned to the ground in an unexplained fire. And not long after that, Brophy himself walked off into the woods and was never seen again.
Jesus. Well, okay, but why? I feel like
that's what he gets for staying in Dudleytown.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is like in the horror movie. We're like, let me go check out that noise. I'm gonna go to the basement.
Hey,
alone.
we just moved into town for work, and everyone
right.
in town's like, "Oh,
I'm an architect
no.
for some reason."
Yeah. Our house is beautiful, but none of the locks work.
Okay, so he did. They all did. Everybody did.
Another member of the town, Dr. William Clark, came to Cornwall and fell in love with the forest and the quiet country life that was there.
He is about to have a bad time.
The same forest that was taking kids.
just constant screaming from the woods and like red eyes in the bushes. He's like, oh, lovely time of year.
He was a professor of surgery and taught at the Columbia College of Physicians and Surgeons, as well as earned a reputation as the leading cancer specialist in New York, which is 1877. So cancer specialist probably just means like he cut off the right arm.
Yeah.
He told one guy to stop smoking cigarettes once.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was going to, that was my immediate.
Dude's got
also.
money though. He buys 1,000 acres of land in the wilds of this Conneticut, which included Dudleytown, and began construction on a summer vacation home.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, he actually lived to an old age happy. No, he did not.
Fuck, you got me. I was like, that's great. Finally.
Over the next number of years, he and his wife, Harriet Bank Clark, visited the house on weekends during the summer until it was completed. After that, it became mostly a holiday house for short trips in the summer and for Thanksgiving. Together, they maintained an idyllic second life until 1918, when one summer weekend, Dr. Clark was called away to New York on an emergency. His wife decided to stay behind, and according to the story, he returned 36 hours later to find that she had gone insane.
Just over the course of a day and a half.
Yep. The story also claims that she told strange creatures came out of the forest.
Oh my
to
God.
Get her.
That's super creepy.
She soon after committed suicide.
Dude, I like that wood creature. This is a theme I like. I like creepy creatures coming out of the woods and turning people like go crazy.
Yeah, and Dr. Clark never forgot it. He eventually remarried and stayed at his summer house with a new wife.
Dude, how would you ever be able to go back in that house after she's like, I'm insane. There's monsters in the woods. Peace. And he was like, let's go take a dip in the lake.
So he and his new wife and some other doctors and friends and interested landowners formed what's called the Dark Entry Forest Association.
I thought you said the Dark Entry Force, and I was like, that's amazing.
The Dark Entry Forest Association.
Forest Association.
It's designed to act as a forest preserve so that the land around Dudleytown would remain forever wild.
Okay, so they're like the like watchmen of the woods, making sure nobody comes through, and they're like, yo, you got to get the fuck.
Exactly. And apparently people who are like kids of these people are still there today.
What?
And like still maintain the Dark Entry Forest Association.
That's sick. DIFA?
Dude.
Deefa nuts.
You don't want to fuck with Deefa, dude.
Dude, don't. Hey, if you're a member of Deefa, hit us up because that is fucking cool.
I would love to interview a member of Deefa.
Of the dark.
Didn't they sell t-shirts? I'm going to look it up right now. Hold on.
Oh, dude, actually, that'd be a sweet t-shirt to get. I want a Deefa t-shirt. Dark Entry Forest Association. That's so cool. There must be. I mean, they must have some kind of logo and uniform.
Merchandise. Nope. I only got this.
Do they have a logo? Can we
I
make
only
a
got
shirt?
this sweatshirt that says "Only you can prevent socialism."
That's not.
With Smokey the Bear, and he has a MAGA hat on.
Okay.
What does that have to do with the Dark Entry? Google, you're drunk.
I was really hoping you were going to say like Smokey the Bear with like some kind of like occultism symbolism or like some kind of sweet like.
Dude, we should make a t-shirt that's like a Parks and Recreation, like forest, like national park shirt, but it says
like Deefa. Yeah.
That's
a good idea. Hey, that's good idea.
Wow, we're smart.
We big smart. That's good idea.
As John us.
Listeners, we know you want one.
We know you want one.
And we're going to make one, maybe. We'll
possibly, yeah. I don't know.
That would be sick, though.
I'm not an artist.
Continue.
Today, Dudleytown is mostly deserted, except for curiosity seekers and tourists who come looking for thrills. The Dark Forest Entry Association still owns most of the land. They're a group of homes on Bald Mountain Ridge, which is close by, and they're secluded, but that's pretty much the closest residence.
Is what you say, Bald Mountain?
It's called Bald Mountain Road, and it's like the closest living people to Dudleytown.
Dude, if they haven't made t-shirts,
no one else
if
lives
they don't
there.
have t-shirts, I'm gonna be really bummed. I want to go visit these people and be like, I'm gonna be your new manager.
And those locals maintain that like nothing supernatural takes place there. Like, no, it's no. Everyone just no one lives in that town anymore. For
it's
totally
chill.
reasons.
It's just everyone's out of there because they die in fires or get lost in the woods forever.
Purely economic. Obama. And so people there are like, no, I've never heard of the curse or anything like that. So how did the curses get started?
Yes, I want to hear about it.
As far as we know, the ghostly retellings of the curse begin to surface in the 1940s.
See, it must be sick to be in one of the surrounding towns because you get that ghost story you get to pass down to all your kids, and like it's like in the high schools and everything. Everyone talks about the spooky, like blah blah, and then
imagine, like most parents are like telling their kids like, don't get pregnant, don't do drugs, and then their parents are like, don't go over those woods because you'll go insane, and there's little creatures that'll come out of the woods and grab you, and you'll die of consumption.
If you were like a kid of one of the Deefa members, and they're like, listen, you go into those woods.
It is our turtle.
It is our job to protect these woods.
And they like go and like put like sigils or like
They
protective
like mark up
signs
trees and
around
stuff.
it.
That'd be sick. Anyway, how did the curse get started?
Basically, they don't know exactly, but the stories
Basically, they don't know.
The stories can be traced as early as the 1940s. It seems.
Okay.
It's time that the visitors to the ruins of the village begin to speak of strange incidents that happen, and they see wispy apparitions all in the woods.
Nice.
Even today, those who have visited the place boast of paranormal photographs, overwhelming feelings of terror, mysterious lights, sights, and sounds, and of even being touched, pushed, and scratched by unseen hands.
This is very like Bermuda Triangle, like it's its own little creepy area.
Yep. Some paranormal researchers refer to the area as a negative power spot.
Negative power spot.
Yeah, like your phone doesn't work there.
Oh, I see. Like,
or like
spooky,
and like negative stuff happens there.
I call it spooky creepy zone.
It's like Tanis. I was trying to think of a way to describe it without plugging another podcast, but I can't.
It's just Tanis.
The paranormal researchers say that the negative power spot is the reason why people go insane here, why there's strange creatures are attracted to it and come from it, and why people see like ghosts and feel ghosts.
Do these paranormal researchers give any like
PhDs?
Well, no, I already know the answer to that, but do they have like, do they explain why it's a negative power spot, or they just say, oh, spooky shit happens there, it's a negative power spot? Like,
I think those little like machines they have go like, beep, 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 and the guy's like, what was that? Who was that? What was that? It's a ghost.
And they're like, this is negative power zone.
Yeah, and they just go down the hall and they're like, what do you want?
So this is where the guy would be like, a lot of bad things happen down in these woods. That's like literally.
A lot of bad things happen down that road.
So we don't know how it originated, but we know in the 40s they were like, this is...
Well, I think it's because like a lot of it's verbal, and so that's like
it's being
people who are
passed
still alive.
So it's just a
It's
good...
as early as it gets. And there's probably like local papers and stuff.
So it's like a good spooky tale in the region.
Yeah. And people that try to go there today, it's still pretty hazardous, and not just because of ghosts. She noted that the planners for the Dark Forest Entry Association have forbidden any trespassing onto Dudleytown. In 1999, they announced that they would no longer allow hikers on the land. In spite of this, many people try, now daring not only the spirits, but the authorities of the Dark Forest Entry Association.
Is it Dark Forest
well.
Entry or is it Dark Entry Forest Association? Because I'm going to feel dumb if I was just yelling about DEFA. DEFA nuts.
Oh, man, I really hope the DEFA nuts, too. No, yeah, it's Defia. It's
Oh,
DFEA.
no. I feel stupid as hell now.
So the t-shirt DEFA nuts is doomed.
Damn it. Defee.
Defia nuts. It's the DFEA.
Damn. Okay.
So
Fuck.
yeah, all those horrible things make up the curse of Dudleytown, Connecticut. The craziest shit to me is the lightning striking the lady on her own porch.
That's nuts because, first of all, how fucking unlucky can you be?
Yeah, that lightning.
That's
also,
not-
it didn't hit the house. It hit like ski
Yeah,
skirt down
it
into the
literally
front
like curved
porch.
around. I was like, yoink.
Gotcha.
Zap, gotcha.
Zap.
Big zap. That's very unlucky for that woman. Could you imagine being the neighbor of the woman who got electrocuted, just like looking over and just see fucking lightning going around the roof? Be like,
I was like,
she did some bad shit.
I'm not going over there. Like,
Yeah, she was probably a real jerk. And
the lightning, I would be like, that lightning's going to like knock on the door, open it, like come through.
be like, housekeeping. Open the door, zam.
Yeah, it can lie. The lightning that's capable of lying. Or the doctor who was like, everything's so cool. What a nice place. Here, I have to go to work and then leave and then come home. And she's like, there are things coming from the woods. That's the crazy thing is like someone 100 years before that, like saw the creatures too.
There is enough evidence throughout history that makes it super creepy.
And that this town that had like 5 or like village basically that had 5 people living on it, like half of them went crazy.
So all goes
or
back-
just like disappeared.
Thanks, Dudley family, for freaking trying to take over King Henry.
Yeah, so that's where all traces back to.
You really blew it for the rest of everybody.
King Henry was just trying to sire a son by murdering tons of
Murdering
wives
every woman he ever met.
and causing a religious schism that would rock the continent. And you had to go.
And you had to have...
Try and stop
You had
that.
to be so brazen and try and put an end to the delightful times.
Oh,
Dudleytown.
Dudleytown.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Imagine like, as you're a husband,
I'm a husband.
imagine going to work, coming back, and your wife was just like, like she was totally fine. You came back and she was just like
I'd be like,
insane.
I need you to sit down and we're recording this right now because this is some good tent.
Or the poor fucking dude,
Yeah.
John Patrick Brophy, dude. That guy got fucked up.
JPB, dude.
His wife dying, his kids disappearing into the woods, and then his house burning to the ground.
Also super fucked up. Just bummers. It's just bummer. It should be called Bummerville,
Big
bro.
fucking bummers, dude.
Bummerville, USA, maybe. Well, that's Dudleytown.
That's Dudleytown. So remember, listeners, you're not safe from lightning on the porch.
Don't go to Dudleytown. Don't walk into the woods. Stay inside. Lock your doors.
Pray for Meghan Markle.
Pray for Meghan Markle. This has been Monday Morning.
If Meghan Markle wants to come on the pod,
Could you imagine if like we're like, hey, we have a special guest and it's just Meghan Markle.
she was like, I'd like to talk about the curse that's currently on me right now.
She's like, so that was my great grandma. She's I don't know why her great grandma.
Yeah,
She's
I was like, what? She's American.
Anyway, please please follow us and
Please like us.
Please like our stuff. Follow us on...
Let's buy our Deep and Nuts t-shirts.
We need you to buy Deep and Nuts t-shirts so we can get new cool stuff.
Please.
Rate, review, subscribe.
Unsubscribe, resubscribe.
Follow us on Twitter at MMMacabrePod. Follow us on Instagram at Monday Morning Macabre. And check out our website, www.mondaymorningmacabre, for episodes, show notes. You can contact us there or through our DMs or whatever. Send in suggestions.
Do it.
Do it. Just do it.
Do it.
And
above all, have a good Monday.
Have a good Monday. Look out for lightning.
Boy. Lightning.